calls timeout. Coming out of it, you force 2 turnovers, and the rest of the way, I think something like a 12-4 run. Anything tactically or just execution-wise, defensively, that you felt like was better in those final few minutes?
We were just tuned up on that end. Great pressure and intensity and execution. So the guys really locked in for those 3 minutes and did a great job of making them earn everything. And then we executed down the other end as well. So it's a good game for us, obviously, to have to grind that out. That was a muddy game. We shot 20-something% from 3. They shot 45. So we had to endure, a good amount of adversity tonight to get the win, and we did just enough to do that.
There seemed to be some micro-level trust, just the extra passes, the kick out to Chet for a 3 late, and then on the macro sense, you didn't play as much double big. It seemed like tonight, and the guys didn't even seem to really notice that was a change during the game. What do you sense from the team just in terms of their presence and trust in the moment?
Yeah, this is a team that they just are very present in the competition. I give Chet a lot of credit tonight because he didn't have it going for much of the game, and then he obviously made that huge shot. That was the shot of the game, and then he had 2 massive rebounds. He had the offensive rebound in front of our bench that we got a timeout on, and then he got the free throw rebound that he got fouled on, and then he banged in 2 free throws. So great mental toughness by him on a night where he didn't have his fastball to still make big winning plays for us down the stretch.
Mark, what do you think of the way you guys met the physical challenge that the Wolves brought, and how do you feel that shaped the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a game, like I said, it was in the mud. There were stretches of the game that were very difficult for us. Some of that is the shot making. I thought we made some really good plays and found some really good shots that just didn't go down, which is part of the game. But there's also areas where we need to improve. I thought Edwards got loose, especially with the amount that we fouled him tonight. He shot 12 free throws, and our fundamentals need to be better on the defensive end to not put him on the line like that. So that's something we can learn from this game and work on. But overall, made enough plays to win.
What do you feel like the key is in games like this to not get overheated and keeping your composure? Few hard fouls, but it wasn't anything like too crazy. And you guys kept your composure, so did they. But what do you think that the key to that is?
Yeah, that was a pretty high-level game just in terms of the physicality and the possession nature of it. But we knew coming in that would be the case. We knew, they hadn't played well in their last couple, and they were going to be hungry. And then we just played a full playoff series against them a few months ago, and we knew they were going to come in here ready to go, and they were. I thought both teams played a hard-fought, physical game, and that's why it was good for us. I thought we're a better team having played that game.
What's it like in the huddle? Like you said, the game's kind of a muddy game or whatever. You need some guys to make plays, like secondary scoring. AJ gave you that. You had a 5-second call on inbounds after they took a timeout. Just some plays that were made that you had to have. Is that, you want them? Are you talking about that in the huddle, or it just happens?
The guys, are internally motivated. They talk about a lot in the huddle. I just think tonight was one of those nights that, the game didn't provide the energy for us. It was a little clunky. It was physical. It was a lot of stoppages. It was just difficult for the game to provide the energy. And so on those nights, you got to have a team that can provide its own energy. And I thought we did that as the game went on. I thought we got nice contributions from a lot of guys. AJ, you mentioned in the fourth. Caruso gave us a lift. K. Rich gave us good minutes. Jay Will gave us really good minutes, especially in the third. He really loosened things up for us offensively. So we needed everyone tonight, and everyone found a way to bring some juice to the game, which is what we needed to win it.
Anthony Edwards got hot second half, but first half he and Randall were 2 for 13. Randall never did get going. Talk about the keys to that, just slowing those guys up.
Yeah, they're hard to slow down because they're just so forceful as offensive players. I thought we did do a good job on Randall. Reed got a little loose for a stretch there. Lou was outstanding on Randall, though. And Edwards is really a tough cover, because he can make deep shots. He's also an explosive athlete that can beat your coverages and beat your help. And like I said, we were pretty good tonight on them, but, too many fouls on him. We can't give him 12 free throws, and that's stuff we can definitely learn from and sharpen our fundamentals on.
Yeah, Coach. Shea obviously hadn't played a ton of fourth quarters all season long. He played 37 minutes tonight. He obviously wasn't feeling his best, dropped 40 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. He was everywhere. Can you just talk about his fight today?
I thought he gave us a huge offensive lift. I thought he read the game really well tonight offensively. He gave us a huge offensive lift in the second quarter. We just had a really hard time offensively there, and he kind of carried us for a little stretch there to close the half and allowed us to open a nice lead. And then late game, they were throwing a lot of people at him, and he was making every right play. And a lot of those didn't convert to made shots, but he still made the right plays, which showed tremendous trust in his teammates. And will pay dividends for us. So I thought offensively he read the game really well tonight and kind of took what the defense gave him and also recognized what we needed at different periods of time.
You mentioned Kenrich earlier. Just obviously he got an ovation when he checked in, and for a guy who provides as much energy as he does, just how nice was it to have him back out there with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I love all our guys. It's great to have all of them available. He brings a certain edge and competitiveness, fearlessness, versatility to us, and we can use him in a lot of different ways, and he's always ready. And tonight was no different. I thought he gave us good minutes to start the second, end of the first, good minutes at the end of the third, and it was great to have him back in the fold.
And you mentioned Chet's just mental toughness for a guy. I mean, we've seen him have that mental toughness in a lot of different areas over the course of his career, but just what is it about him that allows him to just kind of stand up in those big moments after getting off to such a slow start early?
Yeah, just seeing your adversities as a challenge and not a threat. He's a mentally tough guy, and we got a lot of guys like that. Lou made a huge shot tonight at the end of a really good possession on a night where he didn't shoot it great. So we got guys that hang in there, and like I said, they understand that it's competition. It's not always going to be smooth and easy, and they're never inconvenienced by the competition. They see it as a challenge and they attack it. And when you do that, you give yourself a chance for the game to turn for you.
Obviously, there was a lot of competitive intensity on the floor, but it seemed like the crowd as well almost had like a playoff-like atmosphere to it. Just how would you describe the energy in the arena tonight?
Yeah, they were great. And a good time to mention, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We're grateful for our fans, thankful for our fans. We hope all of them have a great holiday with their families. On behalf of our team, we'd like to thank everybody and let them know we're very grateful for them. We should probably end on that, right?